What's going on, y'all? This is OBB. Happy Speed Weeks for y'all. And today we're going to be doing another Next Gen Diecast review to kick off this 2023 NASCAR Cup Series season. And it is on another Next Gen Diecast I picked up from my good friends at Circle B Diecast. So make sure to use that promo code OBBYT to get $5 off of shipping on your next purchase. And today it's going to be on this type of a Bushman. We got ourselves Chris Buescher's 2022 FASTENAL. I guess you could say the FASTENAL curse has finally been lifted because guess what? He won in this paint scheme at a Daytona Duel race along with his teammate Brad Keselowski with the new RFK Racing. Well, not really new anymore, but it's new during the year of 2022. But yeah, this is definitely a review that I decided, hey, what more of a good time to review this since, you know, I have this uploaded on Duel Week, or Duel Day, if you want to call it. So I got the 2Ds going on right there. But anyways, let's go ahead and, yeah, let's go and unbox this bad boy because more importantly, I was at this race and start off the diecast review of the Chris Buescher 2022 FASTENAL Dual Win car. And alrighty, guys, we got this diecast out of its box, and yeah, I mean, like I said in the introduction, this is a pretty nice looking car that I was very fortunate to actually be at, fun fact, I was at, the Duel races and also at the Truck and Xfinity and, of course, the 500 last year. So, unfortunately, I can't make it out to the Duel races this year, but I will be available for the rest of the weekend. So, Friday night, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday. So, if you guys end up finding, a guy that looks like me, yeah, feel free to come by and say hi because, heck, I don't bite. But you probably know where I'll be in my natural habitat, which is, where the diecasts are. But getting back to this diecast, man, let me tell you what. The FASTENAL curse finally got lifted. After all these years. I mean, after all the bad years and luck and bad luck that this paint scheme and this sponsor has brought. I mean, unless your name is Chris Buescher, because he did one in the FASTENAL car in the what was known as the Nationwide / Xfinity days. But yeah, I mean, hell, he was able to win a championship, so I mean that's something to brag about. But besides that, yeah, FASTENAL has not really been a pretty popular sponsor in the Cup Series up until now. I mean, as you guys know, he not only won this second Duel race, but also won that cluster hell fuck of a Bristol race that we had for the Bristol Night playoff race. So, but yeah, getting on to this, guys. I mean, a lot of people are probably like, well, this is the same car as the FASTENAL car from 2022. Why should I get it? And that's wrong. I mean, first of all, as you guys can tell, this is a raced win. I mean, I know dual races don't really count as race wins, but you know what I mean. So we got, of course, the foil number, which is pretty cool. By the way, these things are going to be $13 now if you want a foil number diecast. So, especially the 2023 FASTENAL scheme, which I gotta admit, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I mean, we haven't really talked about the paint scheme yet for this, but the 2023 paint scheme is so much better looking than this right here. This scheme definitely is starting to show its datage, and of course, I mean, I think we're going to get the elf out of the room. I'm not a big fan of how these logos are placed. I think RFK did a really bad job, or FASTENAL did a horrible job placing where their logos are. You see there's a big gap right here, and just everything's too squished right here, so it kind of reminds me of like how the All-Star cars were from a few years ago. I think it was like in 2020 or 21, I believe. But of course, if you're looking at the main side-by-side differences, as you can see, the MCR safety logo, there's no logo on the original car. Of course, you got the nice little fine details in the carbon fiber splitter, which looks really cool. You see all that build up right there in the front. Yeah, I mean, if you guys probably saw the context and the history about how Chris Buescher was won in this car, let's just say he was running second at the time, along with a few other Fords like Harrison Burden and Michael McDowell, and also your two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, Joey Logano. And Logano was in set to get another dual win, but he made a late block coming in to, I think, towards the last lap of this dual race. A lot of people wonder if, RFK was going to, sweep it since, Brad Keselowski won the first dual race, which, by the way, here's a little preview of that car, which we'll be doing the side-by-side comparison of that in a second. But yeah, guys, this is so cool that we were able to get, most of the race wins for this year, guys, including the All-Star win and also the dual win. So I think it's pretty cool, guys. Kind of reminds me of like what Win Circles used to do with the 2007 NASCAR Cup Series diecast. So heck, I probably would like to be complete the collection and get all the race wins. I mean, I did win to 5 of them. But get back to what I was trying to say. Yeah, Chris Buescher, set himself up for good victory, guys. I mean, I know he did pass the line, but he had no choice because Logano made a huge block and decided, he wasn't going to let Buescher win this race, but, luck didn't really turn out well for the 22. I mean, he got involved in a wreck and really nasty hit as well. I mean, I think he hit the inside wall of the infield, so definitely was brutal. But another thing that's brutal right here, as you can see right here, I don't know if this is actually a decal flaw or it's actually on the car, but we do get ourselves a bent or scraped up decal. we got more FASTENAL. My God, I mean, I guess you could say this car is all FASTENAL. FASTENAL. Good Lord, I'm horrible with puns. But we do got a little bit of air bubbles right there on the 17, and of course the MSA logo. Most of these logos you don't really see on the car, but you can see the carbon fiber texture on the decal for the side skirt. Really nice. I love how these race wins look. Really, really cool. There's no confetti on this, but still looks nice regardless. Next gen tires, and you see the little hexagon shape right there. So it's pretty much just like Brad Keselowski's FASTENAL car, which I could have done a side-by-side comparison of, but it does have some differences. And then the Norseman drill and tool, but and on this side, it's pretty much exactly the same. Chris Buescher names, or I'm sorry, these people still call him Christopher Buescher. But now let's get on to the side-by-side comparison, which I know is a pretty random side-by-side comparison. But like I said, it's pretty darn cool. We got ourselves both dual wins in the 164 set. I thought I could say that was pretty cool and all, but I really just made a joke between Collar and FASTENAL. Good Lord, Brian. And yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool. I mean, definitely a once-of-a-lifetime thing. I would have liked if this car, if these two cars were like in an RFK set. I thought that'd been really nice. But hey, man, I mean, as you see, I mean, this was definitely a good way to kind of start off with the newly branded RFK when we went to Daytona Speed Weeks last year. But as you can see, I mean, not much progress was really made. And I will say, I mean, for the 2 years in a row, these cars were slow at the LA Clash. So it's not really looking good for them on the short tracks. But we'll see what Chris Buescher can bring in for this year's 500. Do you guys think he might be a contender? Well, probably have to wait and see. And more importantly, who knows? I mean, we're probably watching the dual races right now. We'll probably see what he does. As long as I don't jinx him. And yeah. But I hope you guys are entertained, and more importantly, you guys are encouraged enough to go out and get this car. Definitely would recommend it over the original FASTENAL primary, but definitely would recommend his 2023 FASTENAL car because it is so much better, and I love the new 17 font, and I had the privilege of actually seeing that paint scheme at Homestead last year, and it definitely stood out. But feel free to comment below if you guys have anything else to share on this car, as this is going to wrap up the diecast review, the next gen diecast review of Chris Buescher's 2022 FASTENAL Daytona Duel #2 win for Mustang for RFK Racing. Comment, like, subscribe, and this has been OBB, and I will see you guys next time on another next gen review.